Everyone, it's Brenda with Busy Bees Custom Creations, and thank you so much for joining us today in our winter design marathon. Today I'm going to be making a pine wreath base with this. It's a Peppermint Mocha kind of day sign. So this is a 10-inch round sign. It also comes in 8-inch. So that's the sign we're going to use today. I'm going to make the bow first. And I'm going to use the Pro Bow the hand. I have not used this in forever. So I'm really excited about using it. So say hello when you come in, if you would. Tell me where you're from, if you've watched before, if you're new to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Hey, Tracy! So I'm going to change the camera view and we will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to use, like I said, the Pro Bow the hand. Hello everyone. I have it set up on row C. If you haven't seen this used before, when I first started making bows and wreaths, I could not, hello Lynette, welcome. I could not make a bow to save my life. I tried other bow makers, I just couldn't do it, and then I got this and it just clicked with me. And now I can make a bow on anything or by hand, but sometimes you just got to try different bow makers or try different things if you're not quite sure. So we're going to be using 3 1.5-inch ribbons and then 4 2.5-inch ribbons. So thanks everyone for joining me today. I'm not usually on a Sunday. I'm good, Deb. How are you? Hey, Dawn. So the first ribbon up is this kind of snowflake netting ribbon. And I have to tell you, I had to practice on this before I got on here because it's been so long since I've used this. This was my first love of a bow maker. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of wire, and this is 24 gauge wire. And I cut mine about 26, 27 inches. I like extra. And I'm using the green because it's going to go on a pine base today. So that's why I'm using, hey Kathy, how are you, friend? That's why I'm using the green. So you need 2 wires when you use the Pro Bow the hand. One, whoops, is to get your bow started. And the second is what's called your helping hand wire. So I'm going to fold those in half, get that out of the way. And we're going to start with our first ribbon. Now with this bow maker, if you haven't seen it before, you're building it from the top down. Most of the other bow makers, the 4-in-1, the Easy Bow Maker, you're building from the bottom up. But with this bow maker, you're starting with the top and you're working your way down. So when you use this bow maker, you want the pretty side of your ribbon to face out. Okay, so this is how I get started on mine. Kind of want to make sure your tails are long enough. Okay, so I put my 1.5-inch ribbon around the center one and around this back one, and I just gather it together. You don't want to pull it too tight or yank it. So I'm going to take my first wire, if I can get them apart. Take my first wire and I'm going to wrap it around my ribbon like so, a couple times. Alright, and then I'm going to take this top wire and I'm going to wrap it clockwise around the top peg. Okay, hello Beverly. Then I'm going to take the bottom wire, and there's a little, I don't know if you can see this, there's a little nail down here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap it around the nail one time and then slide it under my bow maker. And that's it for that wire. You're done with it. You're not going to use it anymore. Well, wait till the end. But, okay, so this is your loop. This is your tails. Okay. So then you take your next ribbon, which is a 1.5-inch red ribbon, and we're going to cut our dovetail. Okay, and I'm going to put the tail up here, right in between the center peg and this peg. Okay, and I'm also going to get my other wire, and I'm going to get that ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to put it between the first wire and pull that out. Now this is called your helping hand wire. Yes, please subscribe to my channel if you would. I would much appreciate it. Okay, so once you get your helping hand wire up here, one of the wires go up, one goes down. Okay, you're going to take your ribbon, the pretty side facing towards the front, and I'm going to put my tail up here. I'm going to gather it together. Okay, I'm going to like set it right in the front. I'm going to bring my top wire down and my bottom wire up, and I'm going to twist one time. You don't want to twist more than that because your wire can get too bulky. Then you take your ribbon and you do, hey Mel, a loop over here. And then what I do is I put my finger here, I place the ribbon on my finger and gather it together and then twist, and then put the next loop there, and then again gather it together and twist, and then I'm going to tie this off. Thank you, Mel. Okay, and I always measure my tails against this last peg, and what I do is I put the ribbon against that and I cut it off, and then we put our tail here. So now I have 2 loops and 2 tails with that ribbon. Now we're going to take our third ribbon, which is this 1.5 inch snowflake ribbon. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to measure it out to this peg, gather it together. I'm going to put it between these 2 pegs. I'm going to hold my ribbon there. I'm going to pull this wire down here and this wire here. I'm going to twist one time. Hey, Ann. Okay. Then I'm going to take this, and again, the pretty side is facing up. I'm going to wrap it around this peg here. I'm going to put my finger down, set the ribbon on my finger, and gather it together, and twist to get the pretty side up. Wrap it around this peg. Hold my finger there, gather it together, and twist, and then I'm going to tie this one off. How many of you guys have used the Pro Bow the hand or have seen it being used? It's been a while since people have used it, so okay. So there we have our 2 loops and a tail. So then I'm done with our 1.5 inch ribbon, so let's get this out of our way here. Hey Gracie, how are you? Yes, please share this video if you would, and also please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also in the description is a link to join my email list, so please do that as well. I would much appreciate it. And do that for all of our designers. We have a lot of good designers. Most of them have YouTube channels along with their Facebook, so if you would like their Facebook page and then follow their YouTube channel, that would be great. All right, get this ribbon out of the way. Put this back here, back down here. Okay, so now we're going to do the 2.5 inch ribbon. You haven't used it in a long time, I know. I like it for the big bows too. I just, you know what, I was like, I haven't used this in forever. And right, Dawn? Because we kind of get in how we're going to do it. You know, we kind of get in a rut with what we're doing. You do, Tracy? Yeah. Okay. So now with this next 4 pegs, I'm going to do the first 2 ribbons on the first 2 pegs, and then the second 2 ribbons on the second peg. So I'm going to pull them together and stack the ribbons. Okay, Willie, how are you? And then I'm going to dovetail it. Now this time I'm going to make my tail a little longer. I'm going to pull it out to the end of the board. I can always cut them off if I want, but I want to do it this way. You haven't used yours yet? Tanya, I thought so too, but I For some reason, this bow maker just clicked with me. Okay, I'm going to tie this off. Okay, then I'm going to put both ribbons around this peg. I'm going to pull them out. You're going to put your finger here and gather it together and then twist. Now you don't have to tie it off every time. You don't even have to hold it if you don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to put my finger there, gather it together, and twist, and put the ribbons on this one. Gather it together, and twist. Oops, I hope I don't run out of ribbon here. Okay, and then gather it together. I'm going to twist it, and then tie this one off. I usually when I do lives with the Pro Bow the Hand, if I'm teaching you how to make a bow, I will make the bow and use pipe cleaner so you can see how ribbons are working, because I think it's easier. Thank you, Christy. I think it's easier to see when you use pipe cleaners. People can see the placement of the wires a little better. It just seems to work a little better for everyone. So, okay. All right, so we have those 2 loops and 2 tails. So now we're going to use the other 2 ribbons and pull them together and do the same thing on the next 2. Hey, Vanita, how are you? I know it does, doesn't it? And everyone kind of moved away from them there for a while, but I really like it. Okay, again, I'm going to measure my tail out to the end of the board. I'm going to gather it together. Hey, Christine, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to pull the top wire down, the bottom wire up, and twist. Hey, Joan, how are you? Okay, again, you want your pretty side of your ribbon facing away from you. So I'm going to take that ribbon, wrap it around that peg. And you don't want to pull your ribbons too tight. And I'm going to gather it together and twist and gather it together and do that. Thank you, Tanya. Yes, there's a lot of people going on today yet. Next up will be Robin with Robin's Wreathery, and she is on her Facebook page, and I do have that pinned to the comments, so you can use that link to go right to her page when I am done. And then after her at 3 o'clock is my gal Mel with Mel's Corner Creations at 3. And then at 4 is Michelle Reed with M&B Creations. So make sure you go and check out everyone's page and support them if you would. Okay, so I have all of that done now. So I'm done with my ribbons. I'm going to cut those off. Move that off to the side here. Okay. Now what I do is I twist these 2 wires together. Sprinkled means share, Kathy. On Facebook they don't like you to say share. So everyone says sprinkled. So I take these 2 wires, and this is called your helping hand wire, and I just twist these together. You don't have to. A lot of people don't. I just like to twist them together. It makes them a little stronger. And you want to really try and stay in the center when you're doing the twisting and everything, and kind of make a line here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll bring it up a little bit. Whoop. Make it a line. Bring that down. You probably can't see the line with the ribbon, or the wire, but it's going right around here. And then you take this top wire off. Again, you twist it counterclockwise to get it off. And you want to make sure you take it completely off. You can put your finger in so you know it's off. And then you take the one underneath, pull that off, and you pull up and down, and you pull it as tight as you can get that. And then I twist these 2 together. And then this is what we're going to use to put it on our This is a 24 gauge wire. I usually use 26, but the 24, when I make a bow on the Pro Bow the Hand, I tend to use 24 because sometimes when I was using 26, I would break it. So, all right. Then the easiest way to get this bow off, either you can pull it off or pull these two pegs off, and then you're done with this. And then we're going to use our fluff box. And the wider out you go on this board, the bigger your bow is going to be. So let's get this out of the way. Put this over here. Okay, now we're going to get our fluff box here. Okay, and this is just a big heavy box. It's a 12 by 12 box I made. And it's hard to see. Is that any better? Hopefully that's any better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to stand my bow up, and then I'm going to wrap the wires around this nail here one time. Now I'm going to fluff my bow. When I do it, Joan, because I would tend to pull, break my wire sometime. Okay, so now this really helps to fluff out your bow. You can really pull on it, get those loops where you want it. I don't know if that's any better or not. Okay, so then this time I did the dots on this side and the stripes on this side. So now this one I'm going to make sure I do it opposite. Okay, I'll pull this out. So now the dots are on this side and the stripes on this side. And then I'm going to take the next tails and kind of spread them out. Pull this out. And do the same thing. Pull it up a little. Is that better, Mel? Okay. So kind of do that. And then I'm going to pull this one here. And then I have that little center loop. Okay, so that's half the bow. And now we're going to do the other side the same thing. So we have the striped here, so we're going to pull it the other way. Yeah, I made this fluff box. You can buy them. I made this. It was very simple to make. Okay, so I'm just going to... I know, I love the fluff box. It really was easy. I just, like I said, I made it because I just found like a shadow box at Michael's, and then I found a top, and I took some old tiles and put them in there to make it heavy, like I wrapped it in some old towels or something like that. So you can make it, Joan. It's really easy to make. Okay, so I'm just kind of moving the tails all over the place. And then, hey Nancy, hey Anna, how are you? Okay, and you want to really put your fingers in and open up those loops. That's the key to making your bow come alive, is to open up the loops. Yeah, I have to get an overhead view. All right, so there's the bow. So we're going to take it off of the bow maker and set that to the side. And now we're going to get our wreath. We're going to be using a pine wreath frame. And the sign has a lot of red and teal in it, so we're going to be using red and teal mesh. And this mesh is cut to 20 inches. Okay, and I like to tuck the edge under a little bit so you don't get the edging in the frayed. Okay, and then we're going to use our pine needle base to put it right into our wreath. Okay, you're just going to use those as your pipe cleaners and tie that in. So I'm going to alternate between the teal and the red. zoom out. Let me move it up. Oh, no problem, Joan. Thanks for stopping by. Is that any better, Mel? Okay, so we're just going to keep going around and put our mesh in. And I'm not really measuring where I'm putting it. I'm just going to set it in. Like that. And like I said, this mesh I cut at 20 inches. Okay, so we're just going to keep going around, put them in. Fluff them up. Go to the next one. So is everyone enjoying the marathon so far? We've had some great designs from everyone. Everyone's doing something a little different, so that's nice. And thank Dawn and Susan for putting this whole thing together. It's a lot of work, so we thank you for that. Oh, I'm used to it, Joan. Sorry, I thought you were leaving. Okay, so again, these are cut to 20 inches. Yeah, you kind of get used to doing it, Joan. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. And twist that around. And for those of you who watched me the other night when I made that dog wreath with this teal and red, this is the leftover mesh from the last wreath I made. So I thought, oh, it's perfect. It goes exactly with this sign. Okay, so the next one. So see this, when you use this pine base, you don't have to use pipe cleaners or anything like that. You just kind of use the stuff from the wreath. Oh, thanks, Joan. You're too sweet. I'm usually live on Monday and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'd love for you all to join me then. And then we'll do some on the outside here. I know, I'm excited to see what everyone else is doing after me. I didn't get to watch a whole lot last night because I had my 4 grandsons and my grandpuppy. So I did try to pop in and share everyone's and like everyone's page. So please do that if you would. Go back and watch everyone's live that they did, and you know, like and follow their pages or subscribe. Please do that if you would. Okay. And I do want some of the greenery to show, so I'm not like covering it all completely. I do make the signs that I put on my wreaths, so go check out my Shopify store and Etsy store, and the link is in the description. I do the signs, I do the sign and ribbon combos. I have mesh, I have ribbon, all kinds of stuff in my shop, so please go check that out. I did just go to a nursing home this past Friday, and I had such a good time. I gave away 30 wreaths to the residents, and I taught 4 or 5 of them how to make bows. And it was so funny because this one lady walked in And she was like, I'm not going to make anything. I'm not going to make anything. I said, okay, you don't have to. You can just watch, you know. It's up to you. No pressure. So then she watched 2 other ladies make a bow. And then she was like, oh, maybe I'll try it. So she made the prettiest bow. I was so proud of her. She was determined. She was not going to make a bow when she got there. So they asked me if I would come in once a month and do crafts with the residents. So I'm excited about that. My sister-in-law and my sister's going to help me. So we're going to go in once a month and do crafts with the residents, so that'll be fun. Oh, thanks, Joan. It was my pleasure. You know, when I was young, my mother worked at a nursing home. And honestly, she just passed on her love for the elderly. And so I have a burden for the elderly, you know. I think a lot of times people put their loved ones in a nursing home and they just kind of forget about them. And that breaks my heart, so. So again, this mesh is cut to 20 inches. And then my ribbons are cut to 10 inches, or 12 inches, sorry. So we're just going to keep going around here, fill up this wreath. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wasn't allowed to take pictures of the residents with their wreaths, but I did take a video of all the wreaths at the home. So I will post that for you guys to see. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I think next month my sister-in-law and I decided we're going to teach them how to make like a sock snowman. Because, you know, they're all at different stages. Some of them, their, you know, hand dexterity isn't as good as it used to be. So you have to kind of, you know, watch how much you do with them. So that's why I thought we'll start with some easy ones. Oh, yeah, it is a concern. It really is, but I was excited about it. So like I said, don't forget Robin with Robin's Wreathery is after me. And I do have a link that is pinned to the top of this chat. So you'll head there next, and then you'll go to Mel's Corner Creations. Okay, I think I'm almost done here. I know, and most of them are so sweet. They really are. They were so excited. They walked in and they looked at all the wreaths, and they're like, how much are they? And I said, no, it's a gift. And they kept saying, how much are they? And I kept saying, no, it's a gift. You know, just for you. Help yourself to whichever one you want. Oh, thanks, Joan. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, I think I got so much more out of it. So, okay. So we have the base done. So we just went around and alternated the red and the teal. And I think I want to put the sign on and the bow on, and then I'll do the tails, and I have a bunch of other stuff to add. So I think I'm going to do, let's see, should we do top and bottom or side to side? I always end up doing side to side or kind of top and catty corner. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to take these 2 wires that I used to make the bow, and I'm going to just wrap that right around my frame here. Right, isn't it? It really is. And people just kind of forget about them, and it's sad. My mother-in-law was in a nursing home, and so many times we would go up there. Now she's in Pittsburgh, and we're in Philadelphia, or an hour outside of Philadelphia. So, you know, we didn't get up there as much as we wanted to, but my sister-in-law was there and came a couple times a week. And, you know, you just go up there and you see people and they don't have anyone, and it's very sad. So, you know. Okay, so we've got that up there. Whoop. And I want to fold that in so it doesn't poke anyone's door. And you know, we'll always have to fluff this about 10 more times before we're done. Okay. Catty corner right. I know, Joan, that's what I always tend to do. So, I guess I'll stick with what I like. Okay, so we're going to take this sign and we're going to kind of put it down here. So you know I use my little metal hole punch. So I'm going to put a hole, and this is, like I said, this is a 10-inch round. And this sign comes in a 10-inch round, an 8-inch round, and 5x7, 7x9, and then an 8-inch square. So it comes in lots of different sizes. Okay, so I put the wire in and then I twist the sign. That does make it a little tighter. And we'll get our second wire here. Don't you love these colors? These are such fun, bright colors. Okay, do the same thing with this one. And again, I twist the sign. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of put it right about there. Now, if you have trouble getting it through exactly, right, Tanya? You can use your needle, and Dawn sells these needles, and you can just push it right through, and it makes it so much easier to put it through. Well, you know, especially when there's memory care issues, like my mother had Alzheimer's, so it was, you know, it was hard to go see her. But my husband would drive up at least once a month and spend time with her, because, you know, you never know how much time the good Lord's going to give us. So you have to take advantage of it and spend time with your family while you have them there, because today could be the last day. All right, again, I'm just going to poke that through there. I kind of want to move that over a little bit. There we go. Exactly, they don't. It is sad. You know, it's thinking, I tell my grandkids all the time, when I'm old and your mom puts me in a nursing home, make sure you come and visit me. Because it is, you see there time after time, and they sit there and no one comes to visit them, and it's just, it's sad. Okay, I love it. I'm going to cut that off some. And again, push that wire under so it doesn't scratch your door or your customer's door. Okay. Alright, so now we have lots of fun stuff to put on this wreath. So let's see what we're going to put on here. We have some big candy canes. We have some other stuff. I have all kinds of stuff. You know me, I pull everything out. But let's get our ribbon in first. So I use the same 4 ribbons, and I'm going to, oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Susan. I'm going to stack these 2 together. And these are cut to 12 inches. And I'm going to use the same twist tie that I used for the mesh and put this in here. Thank you, Mel. Okay, and then I have these 2 together. Oh, that's good, Tanya. I know, it's awful. It really is. So I'm just going to keep going around and put this in our wreath as well. Alright, okay, the next one's this way. Let me get this out of the way here. So I'm just alternating the 4 2.5-inch ribbons. Yes, they are. The nursing home we went to was gorgeous. It's pretty much brand new, and they do a really good job with the residents there. They really do. Thanks, Dawn. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going around here and alternating our 4 2.5-inch ribbons. I'm going to gather it together and then kind of do your little birdie. Put that in. And I'm kind of making an X with these ribbons. I don't know why, I just feel like it. Okay, so again, I'm just going to take them, gather it together, kind of make that little bird, and go to the next one. And I'm trying to put the ones where the red mesh is, I'm putting the teal and the candy ribbon. And then where the teal was, I'm putting these 2 ribbons. It was, you know, I really enjoyed it, and my sister-in-law really liked it too, so she's going to help me every month do the crafts and stuff, so that'll be fun. And my sister's going to help sometimes too, so it's going to be a family affair. So just doing it that way too with my family, I really enjoy that. So I'm excited. Yeah, my dad was in a nursing home, but he actually only ended up being there a week before he passed away. Because he had similar to Alzheimer's, but my sister and I we tried to keep him at home as long as possible. But there at the end, we really didn't have a choice, so we had to put him in. And then, like I said, he only lasted a week in there, so. Okay. I cut a bunch of these ribbons. I wasn't sure. After I cut them, I thought, I know I cut way too many because I'm only using two instead of, you know, all of them in the same one. So, again, I'm just trying to put the one with the red and the white and the dot in the teal mesh and the other ones in there. Okay. Look how pretty. What do you guys think so far? I like it. Okay, so I think we're done with our ribbons. See, I cut way too many. I'll have to use those in another project. So now, like I said, we have some candy canes. We have some of these balls. We have these white twirly things, which I think I'll put those in first. I don't know if we're going to use the candy canes. They look so big, but maybe. But I think we can use them here and there. Okay. Thank you, Benita. Alright, so I'm going to take these, and what I like to do is I like to cut this apart. So you want to use as many pieces as you can. So what I do is I take my knife, and I like to cut it into as many pieces as I can here. Thank you, Joan. So this is a lot of pieces if you cut it apart like this. And it makes a mess. When I came from the nursing home, I had glitter all over me because I had used glitter ribbon. So there was glitter everywhere. My daughter's like, you know you have glitter all over your face, Mom. Alright, so let's clean this up here. And let's start with some of these. And I'm just going to pull them out even to make them a little longer, right? So I pulled my glue gun out instead of my glue pot because I always burn myself. So pull this out. I'm going to put a good amount of glue on both sides here. Okay. And then this is going to stick really well in these that pine base. Okay, again, I'm just going to pull it out, make it a little longer. And just put some here and there around the wreath. Now you can leave them small if you want, it's totally up to you. But I'm going to, like I said, make them a little longer so they stick out a little better. Oh, thank you. So don't forget to head over to Robin's Wreathery on Facebook when I'm done here. She's next up, and then my girl Mel. I know, right? Don't we always have glitter everywhere? We really do. At least I always do. I get it everywhere. And I'm not really, you know, worried about spreading them out or anything. I'm just kind of putting them where I think they go. Let's turn this around a little bit. Okay. Put some in here. I think I'll put one in the bow maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We have more. So don't forget to please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a subscriber, and sign up for my email list if you would. Okay, so I think we need one or two more of those. Pull those off. Let's see about that. Okay, again, I just kind of pull them over. That's funny, Susan. Okay, put one up here. And then I get one more over here. Alrighty, get that in there. Okay, so then, I know, right? I'm sure. Alright, then we're going to do the same thing with this pick. We're going to kind of pull it all apart to use it. Okay, let's get our knife here again. I'm sure she does. And this one I'm just going to split into a couple. I'm not going to separate this one as much. I'm going to separate this into 4. And this one I'm going to cut down. Oh, I need to cut that off. There we go. And then let me grab the other one of those, because I know we're going to do that one. And we're going to do the same thing. Cut that one. So out of that one, the 2 picks, we'll get 8 picks. Yep, in 15 minutes we're going to head over to Robin's Wreathery on Facebook and watch her Okay. I'm going to take one of these and put it in the bow. Maybe cut that down a little bit. I don't know about you, but when I'm doing stuff like this, I always pull out a gazillion things because I'm never sure what I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put that down into the bow. Oop, ew, got glue on my finger. Oh, that's a great idea. Okay. I have too much stuff on my table is my problem. Okay. Alrighty, let's put this one back here. Oop. I know, because I never know what I want to use, right? I'm always like, oh, what should I use? I don't know. So I pull out a million things, and then sometimes I'll use it, and sometimes I won't. So, but I figured it's better to pull out too much stuff than go, oh man, I wish I would have grabbed that because I really want to use that. Oh yeah, you got to break them up, Mel. Definitely. Okay, I'm trying to alternate them too with kind of, you know, the design of them. Let's stick this one here. Ooh, I'm loving it. What do you guys think? Oh, I know. It's a mess. It is a mess. I usually like to kind of clean up as I go, but, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, and then you can pull these out, too, to make those come out a little more, like that. Trying to decide if we should use those big candy canes or not. We'll see once we get these in. Thank you, Nancy. And those white twirly picks, they really shed a ton. So, again, pull, oops, that one came right out. Pull on those and make them come out a little more. We got to put that one back in. You're a very tidy crafter. I've watched you. She's making a joke. All right, let's see. Then we have this one. I think I want to put, got glue strings here and there. I don't know. I think if you're, I do like to be, you know, I don't like stuff everywhere, but, okay, last one. We'll put this one up here. Oh, I can't wait now. Put this one right in the center up there. Mel makes the most awesome stuff. She made my mugs for me. Okay, so what do you think so far? We can get all the, I'm really liking it. Let's see if we want to put maybe one or two of these in. I don't know. I think they might just be too big. I don't know. Yep, all right, let's try. And then I pulled out some of this, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Let's see. I think I like this just the way it is. I do. Well, I mean, I definitely wing it. I always have a plan when I do just deco mesh, but for some reason, when I do florals, I don't think so either, Mel. They're too big. I think I'm going to put some of these leaves in. Let's see. Just to kind of add a different color of greenery in. Okay. I don't have too much of this up here. I'll have to go get more. Okay, so I'm just going to add this here and there just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Add a different touch of color. Oh, I know. I usually have it all over the place. I like the touch of that in there. I think it really kind of brings it all together here. So again, with this, I'm taking this one stem and I'm cutting it here where those two meet. So there's one. And then I'm cutting it here where these two meet. So I'm getting 3 little pieces of that one piece. And you know, I'm not a floral person. Like, I don't know florals, but so I don't know if this should go in a winter wreath or not. But I'm putting it in. Because that's just how I roll. Did I cut that one? Yeah. So that's just me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but do you guys like know your florals and that kind of stuff? I do not. So I just kind of, if I like it, if I think it looks good, I use it. You know, one of you guys might be out there screaming, no, that doesn't go in a winter wreath, but oh well. I just got glue all over my finger. Alright, I think a little bit more of this and then we're done. We only have about 6 or 7 minutes here. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here. And join my email list. And don't forget to go to Robin's Wreathery on Facebook next and watch what she's going to make. I know, Susan, you're like me. Just put it in, right? Just go for it. I do too, Tracy. I do too. All right. I just got glue all over myself. I thought if I didn't use the glue pot, I wouldn't glue myself, but of course I did. You know how it goes. I always glue myself. Do you guys do that? I think I'll put a little sprig in the bow, maybe. I do every time I use hot glue. I get myself every time. Whoop. I guess it wouldn't be alive if I didn't glue myself, right? Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. And this one. I'm going to put this right down here by the bow. A couple more and then we are done. Thank you all for watching me today and joining this marathon, and thank you Susan and Dawn for putting it on. It is a lot of work and they did a great job, so thank them for that. And make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channels and their Facebook pages. Mostly everyone that you'll see on these lives has a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel, or a Facebook page. So go check out all of theirs and make sure you subscribe and help us all out. We would much appreciate it. All right, last one. Thank you, Mal. And then I'm done. Done, done, done. Okay, turn that off. Glue all over my table. All right, let's switch cameras and see what you guys think. All right, there it is. I don't even know if you can see it all in the frame, but this is how it turned out with the pine base, with the red and the teal mesh. And give it a shake, and nothing's going to come out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching me so much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And visit Robin's Wreathery next at 2 p.m. on Facebook. And then Mel from Mel's Corner Creations at 3 o'clock. And then 4 o'clock is M&B Creations. So go help us all out. Thank you again for watching. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Bye.